In this question, we have an equation written below, and we're supposed to write an equivalent form of the equation and prove that it actually is equivalent. Alright, so we got some steps. Step 1 is find out what the variable actually equals. So, take a look at the expression here, or equation, sorry. It's 2 times n equals 16. Well, we want to figure out what 1n is equal to. We want to isolate that variable. So, if I have 2 times n, I'm going to do the opposite of timesing, and that's dividing. And I'm going to divide by 2 because that's what it says, 2 times n. So I'm going to divide by 2. So I do like this, put it in a fraction symbol. We know that that means dividing. And I have to remember, though, if I do something to the left side of the equation, I must do exactly the same thing to the right side. It's called keeping things balanced. Alright, so what would 2n divided by 2 equal? Well, 2 divided by 2 is actually 1. So they kind of cancel off, and you have 1n. Well, instead of writing 1n, you can just write n. 1n and n are the same thing. We usually don't write the 1 beside the n. And that equals 16 divided by 2, and that's 8. So we know now that 1n equals 8, or n equals 8. Let's do step 2. Write an equivalent form of the equation. So I'm going to do 2n, and I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to, I don't have to be really using big numbers. So let's just use small numbers. So I'm going to go minus 1. 2n minus 1 is going to equal 16 minus 1. So what I've done is I subtracted 1 from both sides, and that has created my equivalent form of the equation. As long as I do the same thing to both sides, everything should be equal. So step 3 now says check the new equivalent form of the equation by substituting the value of the variable into the new equivalent equation. So that means instead of putting an n in my equation, I'm going to put that 8 in there. N equals 8. So I'm going to go 2n, or that means 2 times n, so I'm going to go 2 times 8. And I'm going to rewrite everything. And then I'm going to start solving it. The multiplying must be done first because it's more powerful than subtracting. So 2 times 8 is equal to 16. I didn't use the minus 1 yet, and I didn't do anything on the other side yet either. The rule is just do one operation at a time. And the first operation that I had to do was multiplying. So that's what I did. 2 times 8 equals 16. And then I rewrite everything that I haven't actually done yet. So now I can solve it. 16 minus 1 is 15. And 16 minus 1 is 15. So 15 equals 15. So basically, I've done all the parts. This was part 1. This was part 2. And solving it was part 3. Those are the 3 steps that you have to do to answer this question.